In this age of oversharing, where social media reigns supreme and privacy seems like a quaint relic of the past, we find ourselves caught in a relentless tide of exposure. Each of us, through the snippets of life we choose to broadcast, constructs an ever-expanding digital portrait, accessible to friends and strangers alike. But pause for a moment and consider, what if there's profound wisdom in choosing a different path? What if the ancient Stoics had insights that could transform our understanding of privacy and self-disclosure in today's transparent world? Welcome to a deep dive into why sometimes the best thing you can do is to choose not to expose yourself. This isn't about retreating from the world, nor is it about fostering secrecy. It's about embracing the strength of selective sharing and the power of maintaining some parts of our lives just for ourselves. It's about discovering the freedom that comes not from external validation, but from internal peace and self-reliance. The Stoic philosophers, masters of personal discipline and inner tranquility, taught that not all thoughts need to be spoken, not all emotions need to be displayed, and not all opinions need to be aired. In their view, true wisdom involves knowing when to share and when to remain silent, understanding that the space we keep solely for ourselves is sacred. Imagine navigating life with this Stoic filter, where every decision to share is weighed not by the potential likes or comments it could generate, but by how it aligns with your values, contributes to your growth, and affects your well-being. Think of how liberating it could be to not feel the pressure to constantly perform for an audience, but to live authentically, where the most important audience is your own conscience. In today's discussion, we'll explore the compelling reasons behind the Stoic practice of selective exposure and how applying these ancient principles can offer us a sanctuary from the demands of a hyper-connected world. We'll delve into the benefits of holding back, not just for our privacy, but for our personal development and mental health. We'll uncover how this selective sharing can lead to deeper relationships, enhanced self-respect, and a more profound sense of control over our lives. As we peel back the layers of constant connectivity, we'll also examine the potential dangers of living life in the public eye, how it can distort our self-perception, amplify anxieties, and lead to a treadmill of perpetual performance. We'll discuss how stepping back can help reclaim the narrative of our lives, making us not only better guardians of our own stories, but also more discerning about the energies we allow into our personal space. This journey isn't just about going against the grain of modern norms. It's about rediscovering a path to personal serenity that has been endorsed by some of the wisest minds in history. It's about asking ourselves, in a world that incessantly urges us to reveal more, whether there is greater wisdom in restraint. So, as we embark on this exploration of Stoic principles and their relevance to our lives today, ask yourself, what might change if you shared less? How might your life improve if you were more selective about what parts of yourself you expose? Join me in uncovering the powerful, transformative practice of never exposing yourself according to Stoic wisdom. Let's challenge the norm and discover together how less can truly be more. As we delve into the Stoic approach to managing personal exposure, it's important to understand that this philosophy isn't about shutting ourselves off from the world. Rather, it's about selecting what we share with intention and care, ensuring that our personal disclosures contribute positively to our life's narrative. This strategic approach can help us navigate an era where digital footprints are permanent and privacy is in peril. I'm going to give you 7 key concepts derived from Stoic philosophy, tailored to address how individuals can effectively manage their personal exposure and interactions in both digital and real-life contexts. Each concept offers a strategic approach to dealing with the modern challenges of oversharing and maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Here's a brief overview of what each point refers to. Firstly, the art of selective sharing. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the principle of focusing only on what we can control. In the context of modern social interactions, this means taking control of what personal details we choose to share. The Stoics would argue that while we cannot control how information about us is perceived or used by others once shared, we can control the flow of information we release. Selective sharing is about choosing quality over quantity in our communications. It involves asking ourselves, is this necessary to share? Will it improve or degrade my peace of mind? How does this serve my personal growth or relationships? By filtering our sharing through these questions, we align closer with Stoic ideals, focusing on maintaining tranquility and personal integrity. Second tip, privacy as a personal sanctuary. Privacy offers us a space to think, reflect, and grow without outside interference. In Stoicism, the concept of the inner citadel is a metaphor for our inner self, which is fortified, protected, and inviolable. When we overshare, we allow external forces to breach this citadel. Keeping parts of our lives private ensures that we have a sanctuary where we can retreat to fortify our strength, recalibrate our goals, and nurture our mental health away from the public eye. Third, navigating relationships with Stoicism. In relationships, whether they be personal, professional, or casual, the Stoic practice of selective sharing can enhance mutual respect and understanding. By choosing what personal details to share, we set the tone and boundaries of our relationships. This doesn't mean being distant. Rather, it involves sharing with purpose and intention. We contribute to building relationships based on genuine interactions and meaningful connections rather than superficial exchanges. Fourth, the dangers of overexposure. In our digital age, the consequences of oversharing can be immediate and sometimes irreversible. From data privacy issues to personal embarrassments, the repercussions can affect various aspects of life, including career prospects, personal safety, and mental health. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of these risks, urging a cautious approach to what we put out into the world. This ancient advice remains profoundly relevant today, reminding us that once something is shared, it's out of our hands. Fifth, cultivating digital wisdom. How then do we apply Stoic wisdom in the digital realm? The key is digital temperance, a Stoic virtue adapted for the modern age. This involves being discerning about the platforms we use, the content we consume, and the personal data we share. It's about engaging with technology not passively, but actively, making conscious choices that align with our values and the personal peace we seek to maintain. Sixth, creating a legacy of intention. Every post, every tweet, every image we share contributes to the mosaic of our digital legacy. By adopting a Stoic approach to social media, we begin to curate this legacy with intention and foresight. We think of our digital footprints as lasting imprints, asking ourselves what long-term impact we want our online presence to have. This foresight can lead us to share content that is thoughtful, uplifting, and beneficial, rather than impulsive or frivolous. Lastly, finding balance. Finding the right balance between sharing and privacy is a personal journey and varies greatly from one individual to another. What feels right for one person might feel overly restrictive or too open for another. The Stoic goal here is not to prescribe a one-size-fits-all solution, but to encourage a mindful approach that considers long-term well-being over short-term gratification. As we wrap up our journey through the Stoic principles of selective sharing and thoughtful exposure, let's consider how these ancient insights can be seamlessly woven into the fabric of our modern lives. In today's world, where every detail seems to be broadcasted, there's a quiet strength in choosing reserve over revelation, discerning the value of what remains unsaid as much as what is shared. This isn't just about keeping secrets or building walls around our personal lives. It's about cultivating a space where our inner peace can flourish, protected from the relentless pace of digital noise and societal expectations. Throughout this discussion, we've explored the idea that privacy isn't merely a personal preference, but a profound practice of self-respect and wisdom. It's about maintaining the integrity of our inner citadel, the core of who we are, by carefully managing the drawbridges to our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. By adopting this Stoic approach, we don't just protect ourselves, we enhance the quality of our interactions and deepen the authenticity of our connections. When we share with intention, every piece of ourselves we reveal is more meaningful, valued, and true. We've also looked at how, in the vastness of the digital world, our personal information can become currency, traded more often than we might realize. Here, the Stoic practice of temperance reminds us that moderation isn't just about restraint. It's about making informed, conscious decisions that align with our long-term well-being. This digital temperance doesn't limit us. Instead, it frees us from potential entanglements and complications that arise from indiscriminate sharing. Moreover, in considering our relationships, whether online or off, we see how Stoicism teaches us to value depth over breadth. By sharing selectively, we're not creating barriers, but instead inviting others into a more deliberate and profound engagement with us. This builds relationships based on trust and mutual respect, where the foundations are as solid as they are sincere. And finally, as we think about the legacy we create with each tweet, post, or share, let's remember that our digital footprint is more than a record of where we've been. It's a map of where we're headed. It reflects our choices, our values, and ultimately, the essence of our character. By applying Stoic wisdom to our modern challenges, we shape this legacy with each decision, crafting a narrative that truly reflects who we are and aspire to be. Now, I turn the conversation over to you. How do you find balance in what you choose to share and keep private? Have you found certain strategies that help you maintain this balance in the digital age? Or perhaps you've experienced a time when sharing less or more thoughtfully made a significant difference in your life. Please share your stories and insights in the comments below. Your experiences enrich our discussion and help all of us learn how to navigate our world more wisely and peacefully. Let's continue to support each other in practicing these Stoic principles, finding new ways to apply ancient wisdom to contemporary life. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Until our next discussion, may you find strength in silence, wisdom in reserve, and profound peace in the spaces you choose to keep just for yourself.